A moment of your time, Initiate. Well, look who it is. And right on time for a change, too. Not me. Kor asked that I send you to him in the sanctuary if I happen to run into you. Something about Hildegard. She hasn't returned to the sanctuary, and Kor is starting to worry.
Ah, friend. Am I glad to see you? It's Hildegard. She never came back after she went to say a prayer for Tannic. I think I could use your help. After Tannic was injured during the Grand Sermonizer incident, Hilde went to pray for him, and I haven't seen her since. No one has. It's not like Hilde to just disappear without saying a word to me or Astara. She loves temples, but the trouble in Kvetch made her avoid the big cathedral. Lately, she's been visiting the great chapel of Dibella in Anvil. I think the ritual soothes her, you understand? Will you come to Anvil and help me find Hildegard? I'll meet you at the chapel in Anvil. Hopefully we'll find Hilde curled up and sleeping under Dibella's statue. Just be careful when you get to the city. The Pirate Queen hates the Brotherhood almost as much as the Sermonizers do. She likes to commune with the divines and with nature. And she takes on contracts like the rest of us. Though it's not that unusual for her to be away from the sanctuary. But with the recent attacks against us, I can't help but imagine the worst. I hope she's all right. But who knows what to think when the world turns upside down? Someone's been murdering the murderers. If Hildegard's been hurt, or worse, I don't know what I'll do. What are you implying, Initiate? Hilde is like a sister to me. Ever since I found her, I've been trying to help her come to grips with her situation. She may be a werewolf, but she's a good person. The Brotherhood is lucky to have her. Why is that so hard to believe? She's an excellent tracker and a ruthless killer in werewolf form. Sometimes she brings back body parts she's still gnawing on, but who hasn't gotten lost in the moment a time or two? And I always clean up the mess. The Pirate Queen hates everything she can't control. The Count of Kvetch, the Primate, us. She wants to rule the entire Gold Coast, but we're not willing to just roll over and give in to her demands. We're independent, and we like it that way.
I could use a break.
Hilde's not here. Let's ask around and see if any of the worshippers have seen her.
So many divines, so many rituals, but I've come for the main event, as it were. I have a particular fondness for Dibella. Must be her connection to beauty and love, and erotic instruction. I could use a few new techniques in that regard.
Bask in the holiness of this sacred place, and let your troubles fade away. I have seen many such women in this city. I heard the governor wore one at a recent appearance, and now the custom has become a sort of fashion statement. Sorry I cannot be of more assistance to you, Wayfarer.
I've lost my train of thought. Well, since you've already interrupted the writing process, what can I do for you? A Nord? Here? Is that even possible? I have it on good authority that the typical Nord melts in hot temperatures. Come to think of it, I'm surprised I've never met a Nord. One more thing to do before I finish my memoirs, I suppose?
Elde isn't here. Where could she be? I'm certain this is where she was headed when she left the sanctuary. Let's ask around and see if anyone saw her. Hopefully someone can point us in a new direction. I certainly hope so. Elde is pretty distinctive. After all, how many young Nord women with flowers in their hair could there be in Anvil? And visiting a chapel, no less. Ask around and see if you can find out anything.
I lost a... I wonder if I can get a priest to tell me how they keep the fires burning. I hope it's not one of those sacred secrets that they're always going on about. Now that you mention it, I remember a young woman. No, wait. That was a wood elf. Carried around a bouquet of flowers. Talked to them, smelled them. Then she ate them! Really, wood elves are very strange.
My, someone is certainly curious about this Nord girl. I wonder who she could be.
Come the morn she goes, the taste of her remains, and in my mind I see her sway, sway as we kiss, sway as we kiss.
Your interest in this young Nord woman has certainly piqued my curiosity. Tell me who she is, and I'll tell you what I saw. I saw a young Nord with a flower in her hair talking to Chanter Nemes over by the Akatosh shrine. I remember because it was so odd. He was whispering in her ear and standing much too close for a man who wasn't her father or her lover. Oh, believe me, I tried. When they were finished, the poor young woman had tears streaming down her face. She ran out of the chapel as the chanter looked on. He had a self-satisfied smile on his face. Do you think he said something improper? No, of course not. A man as pious as Chanter Nemes would never do anything untoward with a young Nord woman. I mean, even the rumor of such an event would be scandalous. Don't worry, though. I won't say a word about your friend and the chanter.
Troll's blood! Can these people gossip? They're worse than the Rat Master's informants, and he pays them to dredge up secrets! Hilda was here, but no one can say where she went or when. Tell me you had better luck, Initiate. A chanter spoke with Hilda? That's not what I wanted to hear. Understand, Hilda isn't like us. She grew up in the wild. The idea of being civilized is really new to her. And she still feels guilty about the wolf that's inside her. It certainly sounds that way to me. It doesn't take much to turn her guilt about what she's done as a wolf into self-loathing. I'm constantly trying to get her to change her feelings on the matter, but her beliefs run deep. Back to where it all began. Back to Skyrim. I'll check at the docks to see if she's tried to secure passage on a ship. You go talk to the caravan master. Hopefully one of us will discover which route she took to go back to where the wolf was born.
The next caravan will be ready to leave shortly. If that interests you, find a place nearby to sit for a spell, and I'll call you when we're ready. Well, isn't that interesting? You're the second menacing stranger that's asked me about a Nord who may or may not have fled in tears. Even if I had seen this young woman, why do you think I'd tell you anything? Right. Her family. The way that young woman was crying, you'd think Molag Bal himself was after her. Or someone like you. If I had helped the Nord, and I'm not saying I did, you'd have to do a lot better than that to get me to tell you anything. Sorry. I protect my customers and their secrets. I've got nothing else to say to you.
Caravan master, please! The young woman with the flower in her hair, she's in terrible danger!
Well, look at you. You must be the brother.
So you did see Hildegard. Please, you'll need to tell us where she's gotten to.
You're all she talked about other than begging me for transport. She said she was gonna miss you most of all.
Word on the docks was that the Silver Dawn was looking for my sister too. We need to know where she went.
The young woman wanted a ride to the Yarral Mountains. I sent her on the last wagon, but I could take you there if that would help.
We'd appreciate that. Thank you. The news about the Silver Dawn has made me even more concerned about Hilda's safety. We have to hurry! The Silver Dawn are werewolf hunters. Whatever that chanter said to Hilda has made her run back to the wilderness where I found her. And now a hunting party is on her trail. They're going to kill her, Initiate!
Sorry I gave you the runaround, but I was just trying to protect my passenger. Those Silver Dawn ruffians came around asking about her right before you did. I didn't say a word to them either. Just let me know when you're ready to go to Skyrim. Then hop aboard the wagon and let's get going. I'll get you there as fast as I can without throwing a wheel. Well, at least without throwing more than one. If the Silver Dawn hunts your friend, you better be ready for a fight.
But stay alert. The forest is probably crawling with Silver Dawn hunters.
When you're ready to go back to Anvil, just say the word.
dare challenge the Order of the Silver Dawn? I'll tear your head off and mount it on my wall.
Spare me, and I'll tell you where the werewolf is. No, no!
It's me, Hilda. Your big brother. Calm down. We're here to help. Remember yourself. Remember who you are. That's good, little sister. Very good. Now breathe. Relax. I've calmed Hilda down, but there's still so much we don't know about what happened and what she was thinking. You should talk to her, Initiate, but be gentle. We've all had quite a day.
I did not mean to cause so much trouble. I never meant to put you or Core in harm's way. I meant to, but the Chanter told me I had to flee. He said my past and my wild nature were going to cause the people I love to come to harm. He said the deaths of our brothers and sisters were my fault, and it was going to get worse if I remained. The Chanter sings to the divines. He speaks for Akatosh. I had to tell him things. About me. About the family. It happened before. I was a danger to my wolf clan. Now I am a danger to Core. To you and the others. You are all better off without me. No! Why would the Cantor do that? He told me to return to my old life. To the wilderness. He said I'd be safe. That no one else would get hurt if I left. He promised that Akatosh would show me the way. You really mean that? Even after I abandoned the family? You still want me around? I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. I let my fear allow the Chanter to deceive me. That is not going to happen again. Core and I, we'll handle things. Together.
Let's get back to Anvil. I'm done with...
Looks like you found your friend. And all her limbs are still attached? Are you ready to return to Anvil now? Are you sure? Nothing else you need to accomplish before we head out?
Thank you for saying such kind things to Hilda. I know she's taking your words to heart. You did good, Initiate. I'm glad you're one of us now. I know, and I will. I'm just not eager to see Astara. She won't be pleased when she hears about this. I wish I knew what Chanter Nimbus hoped to accomplish. Someone needs to stick a fork in him and call him done. Anyway, we'll see you back home.
Now that it is all over, I feel like a fool for listening to the Chanter. We might have to pay him a visit one of these nights, and even the score. I guess you never heard. I grew up different. My parents were Nords, but we followed a different path from most other Nords. We admired the werebeasts, wanted to be like them. We drank their blood. My clan were hunters. We worshipped Hircine. Becoming a werewolf was part of that. It was the way things were done. But I could not control my wolf form. I hurt someone badly. After that, I ran away to save them. Not at first. I lived on my own, deep in the mountains. I was wild, feral. Then Kor found me. He took me in and gave me a family again. If not for him, I don't know where I'd be right now. Now, if only I could make that damn chanter pay. You would do that? For me? I thank you. Chanter Nemes tends to the Akatosh shrine in the chapel of Dibella. He spends a lot of time in the chapel office when he isn't lying to foolish young women. Make him feel pain before you kill him, all right?
You're going after the Chanter. Excellent! If I didn't have to get Hilda back to the Sanctuary, I'd go with you. I'd love to give the Chanter a piece of my mind. And by that, I mean kill him. Make his pain last, Initiate, for a long, long time.
Leave!
I understand we have you to thank for Hildegard's safe return. Are you going to tell me what happened, or do I have to torture Kor until he sings? I hope you're right. But why do the Akatosh priests seem to be moving against us? First the sermonizers, now this. Are they trying to take advantage of our recent setbacks? Or is there something more going on here? At least Hildegard is safe now. A contract has come our way that includes an unusual request. The client wants to meet the assassin assigned to carry out the task before paying our exorbitant fee. It's rare, but not unheard of. And the Black Hand agreed to the request, so who am I to complain? I'd like you to deal with this one, Initiate. Go to Anvil Castle and meet with our client. I'm sure she's got a good reason for altering our protocol. Oh, didn't I mention? It's none other than the self-proclaimed provincial governor of Anvil, the pirate queen Fortunata Abdugal. I expect you to handle this like any other contract. Acquire your target, plan your attack, and make your kill. Go and see what the pirate queen has to say, Initiate. At the very least, it should be amusing to let her think she can order us around the way she does her Red Sail's lackeys. I look forward to hearing all about it after the deed is done. Knowing Fortunata, it could be anyone. She's made as many enemies as she has friends since taking control of the Gold Coast. Probably just a noble who insulted her at one of her elaborate parties. I'm sure there's a book about her around here somewhere. Oh, very well. Fortunata worked for the Gold Coast Trading Company before she used her influence and connections to become the pirate queen of the Abetian Sea. With a fleet of ships and an army of pirates, it helped that the region had been decimated by Varen's civil war. She was so bold as to claim the entire Gold Coast as her domain, but Count Carolus and Kvatch still have a little to say about that. It's crawling with Red Sail's pirates. Fortunata keeps it locked up tighter than her dowry chest, but she is expecting you. Mirabelle knows the Anvil Castle well. She spends time there pretending to be a servant so she can keep an eye on things. Certainly, and she's very good at it. For the eventual day when we have to move against the Pirate Queen, we'll have Mirabelle in place and ready to act. Of course, such a day may never materialize, but I believe in preparing for every contingency. I'm sure there's a book about her around here somewhere. Oh, very well.
A contract for Governor Fortunata, Don't let your guard down around her. She goes from all charm to all knives at the drop of a hat. I'll be working Anvil Castle myself for a while. Maybe I'll see you around. A contract? Not exactly. Astara had me infiltrate the castle staff a few months back, and I need to make an appearance every now and again if I want to maintain the ruse. Bite your tongue, Initiate. Better yet, let me do that for you. Anyway, the matron wants eyes and ears near Fortunata. Lets us know what's going on and gives us an opportunity should the need arise. Besides, no one ever notices the hired help. Very well. I know things about that place that even Fortunata's guards don't know. Such as the secret passages. Great way to get around if you don't want to be noticed.
Well, you look interesting. I'm quite certain I don't remember seeing you around the castle before. Even so, I do hope there's a good reason for this interruption. Ah, of course. You're one of them. I wasn't sure you'd honor my request since I refused to perform that ghoulish ritual of yours. I suppose even the Brotherhood can be bought for the right amount of gold. I prefer to convey my orders directly so that nothing gets lost in the translation. You know about the Order of the Hour? The religious warriors that protect the Kvatch Cathedral? They've expanded their mandate and now pose a threat I can't ignore. I'm sure this is all Count Carolus' doing. He constantly defies me, damn the man. Doesn't he realize the Gold Coast is better off under my control? Anyway, kill Commander Marcus Scipio. That should show the Count that the Hour can't protect him. Now that you mention it, there is one more thing. After you murder Scipio, go and tell the Count what you did. Scare the pants off him and drive home the point that the Order of the Hour can't stop the inevitable. The Hour has moved its most elite members into Castle Kvatch and locked the place down. You'll need to find a way inside to get at Scipio. My Ratmaster tells me the guard tower might be the best route. The key can be found on the Castellan.
Just perhaps with a little less zeal until some of this blows over.
Move along. The castle has been closed by command of the Count of Kvatch and the Order of the Hour. Do you now? I suppose you have a writ from the Count? Or maybe a seal from Primate Artorius? Or a pass from an Hour officer? No? I didn't think so. Move along. You know, a scroll bearing the hallowed seal of the Primate of Akatosh. Shows you have the Primate's blessing. Without one of those identifying documents, we'd have no way of knowing who belongs in the castle and who doesn't. You can't. Not unless you're a new Hour recruit, or you're one of the chanters from the cathedral. Other than that, no one else is allowed in the castle at this time. Now move along before you get on my bad side.
I find that a visit to these graves is almost as uplifting as a stroll through the cathedral. Of course! I am one of Akatosh's chanters, after all. But why in the name of the Dragon God of Time are you interested in the Primate seal? I will not! That seal is a declaration and a confirmation of my faith, and I take my faith very seriously. By Akatosh's hourglass eyes, you're one of those dark assassin people! The ones the Grand Sermonizer warned us about. Look, there's a hidden passage in the moat, along the western wall. Use that route if you really need to get into the castle. I'm not foolish enough to cross the Dark Brotherhood. It's true. Normally chains firmly bar the moat door, but that changed recently for reasons I'm not privy to. Someone must be using it. You can use it too, if you're quick and quiet about it.
Send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Yes, it must have. I performed the ritual just as described night after night. And now you're here. I suppose there's no turning back. I have to go through with this, for the people of Kvatch. Fortunata must be stopped. I have the gold required for payment, but I wanted to offer you something more. I can tell you who's been murdering your assassins. You're not? Then why have you slipped past my defenses and entered my... Oh no. Fortunata sent you, didn't she? You're here to kill me! You murdered the commander. I see. Another one of Fortunata's insults. Pay to weaken the Order of the Hour, but killing a count is just a waste of gold. But you are one of the Brotherhood, and I performed your ritual. Let me pay you to kill her. I'll take your silence as agreement. I don't care how, just make sure Fortunata dies. It's the only way I can protect my city. Do that, and the gold and the information about the murderer are yours. I am a man of my word. Wait, who is that behind you?
Initiate, let us speak. I arrive in response to the Black Sacrament, and look who I find. An interesting turn of events, don't you agree? One contract comes into conflict with another, and you're caught in the middle. That makes you the ideal candidate to sort things out. The Night Mother heard the Count's prayer, and Fortunata Abdugal has been named. Her soul is promised to Sithis now, and you will keep that promise. The Count's contract is yours to fulfill. You completed Fortunata's contract to the letter. No one can say that the Brotherhood didn't discharge its obligations in that regard. Now we have a new contract, and not all the gold in Anvil can change that. The Count's sacrament is yours. Very good. Seek out your sister Mirabelle in Anvil Castle. She can provide aid and advice should you need it. The secret exit in the Dignitary Suite is the fastest route out of this castle. Now go and fulfill the Night Mother's will. My dear Count, let's discuss the terms of this contract.
For approaching me while I'm working. What is it? Are you trying to get me noticed? Wait a moment. Did you run into a problem with the governor's contract? Did something go wrong? Interesting. I knew we were going to eliminate the Pirate Queen eventually, but I didn't expect that today would be the day. Why the sudden change, I wonder? He did. I'm impressed. I didn't think the old Count had it in him to ask the Night Mother for help. First, the governor contracts you to perform a kill, and then you get a contract to kill her. The Speaker must love this. Of course he did. I've been studying the castle and the governor's habits for months now. She keeps a pantry on the upper level. I suggest a dose of poison. Drop it in her favorite decanter of wine, and that should do the trick. The governor's private pantry is on the top floor. The place is a maze, though, and the red sails guard the direct approach 9 ways to Sundas. I'd use the secret passages in the eastern corridors. Just look for a red drape over an alcove. Naturally. Most castles have them. You just need to know where to look. Once you pass through the entry hall, the guards will consider you a threat. If you want to avoid being seen, find a red drape and use the secret passages. The Speaker sent you to me, didn't he? I know Anvil Castle like the back of my hand, and I know the Governor. Poison lets your target do all the work for you. And Fortunata can't resist any excuse to reach for a decanter of her favorite wine. Oh, I'd love to put an end to her royal pain in the arse, but the Speaker gave this contract to you. I'm just here to offer advice. Tell you what, after you poison Fortunata's wine, I'll stop by for the show. We can share a drink and watch her die.
How in Oblivion's bleakness did you get in here? No, don't tell me. I don't really want to know your trade secrets. To what do I owe the pleasure of this unexpected visit? Can I assume that my little problem has been dealt with? That's perfect. Splendid, even. I'm going to overlook the way you so rudely barged in here and offer you a drink. Join me on my balcony. Sure you'll appreciate the view. Fetch my wine, girl. You know the one. And bring something less expensive for my friend here. I miss sailing the open sea. Things were more clear out there. Kill or be killed. Take whatever you can carry. Fight to keep what's yours. It's the same here, I suppose. We're just less honest about it.
Your wine, Governor.
Mirabelle? Where's Edwina?
You know how clumsy Edwina can be, Governor. While she cleans up her mess, I brought your wine so you wouldn't be kept waiting.
Initiative. I like that in a serving girl. Very well then. A toast to taking what you can and fighting to keep what's yours. The wine. What did you do?
We'll drink to your memory, Governor, and to the glory of the Night Mother.
Mirabelle? She's one of you!
Life is fleeting, Fortunata. An illusion. And in the end, everything belongs to Sithis. Tell him I said hello. I'll see you back at the sanctuary, darling. After I clean up any evidence of our involvement. Well, that's done. I'm just glad I was here to be a part of it. I never did like that glorified, over-important pirate. Now be a dear, and get back to the sanctuary. Let Astara know what happened. I'll be along in a bit. I just want to make sure I can continue my role here after the dust settles and a new administration takes over. If you need a way out, I'll happily let you in on my secret escape route. It's never failed me yet. Oh, darling, I have all kinds of secrets. And so did Fortunata. There's a hidden passage in the governor's suite that she used whenever she wanted to move about in a clandestine manner. I've used it a few times myself. Leads to a cave on the shore. You don't have to thank me. We're family after all. But if you forget you saw me in these rags, I'd be ever so grateful. Now get back to the sanctuary and let Astara know that Fortunata is as dead as that stuffed chub loon she kept on her mantle.
The speaker brought me news of your success in Kvatch, and of the events that followed. I must admit I didn't expect you to return from Fortunata's den of pirates and brigands. Does this mean the Pirate Queen has been dethroned? Then I believe a new title is in order, Initiate. You've demonstrated skills and abilities that we will definitely need in the battles to come. Stand tall, Assassin. You've earned your place in the Brotherhood, and we're proud to have you among us.